Attention paid members of my channel, this is not your member exclusive video. That video has already been posted, and if you need to find it, you can find it on the community tab. Ladies and handsome men, I am not sure what's true or false in this story. I take gossip, tea, rumor, and scandal from yesteryear, from online, from word of mouth, from books, and I ball it up and I tell you guys a story. Now, let's get to it.
Hi everybody, this is Ashley with Ashley Says So, and I am back with another Old Hollywood Scandals video. First off, I want to say thank you to everybody who has sent me gifts off my Amazon wish list. If you guys wish to contribute to send me and my channel gifts, the link is in the description. Now this week I did a full video dedicated to the paying members of my channel. So this public video is not going to be that long, but I just had to know, honey. Do y'all know the rumors and scandals out here surrounding Eddie Murphy's relationship with Mel B? Like, do y'all know the details that's out here on these internet streets? What I seen is messy as the day is long. Let's get to it. Now in 1993, Eddie Murphy ended up marrying his girlfriend of 5 years, Nicole Mitchell. And to that union were born 5 children until one day in 2005, Nicole shocked the public by filing for a divorce. Now, Nicole stated that the divorce was due to irreconcilable differences, but she did not put a name on what this difference was. Well, baby, the gossip on the gossip blogs definitely put a name on it. And the name that they put on it was Mel B. Now listen, I ain't got nobody's proof that Mel B and Eddie Murphy messed around before they say they did, which they say was in April of 2006. But I certainly have proof that they had some sort of contact way before 2006. In fact, here is some photographic evidence for you. This picture of Eddie Murphy and his wife Nicole was taken back in the year 2002 for the premiere of Eddie's movie Showtime. Well, baby, right after taking this picture, allegedly, Eddie Murphy did a hop, jump, and skip over to Mel B to take a picture with her. And this right here is sure enough messy, honey, because can you imagine taking a picture with your wife and then your alleged mistress on the same night? But maybe it was just a picture at this moment. That's why I said alleged mistress. But here's the other thing that makes people believe that Mel B and Eddie Murphy were already messing around with each other. Because even if we give the month and year that they agreed to, that they admitted to messing around with each other, which was April of 2006. That is the same month that Eddie Murphy's divorce finalized with Nicole. So a lot of people take this as evidence that he and Mel B were already messing around. Because it does seem like that Eddie was just waiting to sign those doggone papers with Nicole so he can hurry up and start his relationship with Mel B. But anyways, let's get into some of the messy, scandalous details of Eddie Murphy's and Mel B's relationship. So the official story says sometime in April of 2006, right after Eddie got divorced from his wife Nicole, he got on the phone with a mutual acquaintance of his and Mel B's and started telling this person, hey, look, I know you know Mel B. I really want you to introduce me to her. And so this mutual acquaintance calls Mel B and tells Mel B that Eddie Murphy wants to meet you. You know, he's having a party soon and he really wants you there. Gossip claims Mel B is shocked. You know, she had no idea that Eddie Murphy was even interested in her at all. Per Mel B, she goes to the party, and as soon as she and Eddie locks eyes, it is love at first sight. I mean, honey, there are hearts floating around her head. There are fireworks going off. She's so overwhelmed with lust, wonder, and love that she has to run off to a bathroom to cool herself down. So she gives Eddie a quick smile and she rushes off to the bathroom. When she gets in there, you know, she cools herself down by putting water on her face and she talks to herself and she tells herself, you know, this is just too much. I'm gonna leave. I need to go home. But when she opens the bathroom door, Eddie Murphy is standing there face to face with her. He introduces himself properly, tells Mel B that he's happy she came, but Mel B is absolutely burning up in the loins, honey. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that Eddie is talking to her. So she quickly tells Eddie, you know, thank you so much for inviting me, but I have to go. I told a friend that I would meet them down at the Mondrian. Now, I don't know what the Mondrian is. Maybe that's a hotel, but Mel B tells Eddie that's where she has to go. So she leaves Eddie's house, jumps in the car, and she actually goes home. So to move along with the story, Mel B says that she's at home, she's in bed, and suddenly she gets a phone call. It is the mutual friend. And the friend is like, you know, Mel, where did you go? Where are you? Mel says something to the effect of, you know, it was just all too much. I had to come home. I was tired. And the mutual friend says, Eddie is looking for you. You need to come back. And this is when Mel B finds out just how smooth Eddie Murphy is. Because she says, okay, I'm putting back on my clothes. I'm coming back. And the friend says, oh, wait, I forgot to tell you. The party is no longer at Eddie's house. He's moved it to this place called the Mondrian. Honey, Mel B's heart skips a beat. She is flattered out of her mind. And this man wanted to meet her and talk to her so bad that he moved his whole party to the Mondrian so he could see her there. So gossip claims that night Mel B does go back to the party. She and Eddie talk, and their conversation is glorious. They cannot get enough of each other, so much so that Mel B said the next day Eddie called her when he asked her, hey Melanie, do you mind belonging to me for the next few days and staying at my house so I can really get to know you? Mel B can't say anything outside of yes. Over the next few days, her and Eddie listen to music. They discuss all of their thoughts and fears. They're holding hands, giggling, watching movies. Well, soon after this, Eddie Murphy and Mel B are joined at the hip. And over the next 1 to 2 months, Mel B is spellbound. She and Eddie make the most passionate love that anyone has ever experienced. On top of that, Eddie Murphy hands her his credit card. Then he makes sure she gets to ride in the finest chauffeured vehicle. Diamonds, roses, wines, and fancy meals are all Mel C. Now, one thing Mel B does notice is that Eddie Murphy's family is almost always around. Like, a lot of them either lived at the house with him or they visited a lot. But Mel didn't mind this. Eddie ensured that everybody made her feel welcome, made her feel happy, like she was part of the family. So like I stated before, finery and happy times with Eddie were all Mel saw. And this was cool until Mel B realized that this was truly all she saw. Allegedly, Eddie Murphy had slowly but surely became a very controlling man. So controlling that many times he didn't allow Mel B to leave the house. Baby said if she wanted to go shopping, Eddie Murphy would have the clothes delivered to their home and she could pick out the clothes there. If she wanted to go jog, allegedly Eddie Murphy would tell her, this estate big enough, you can jog around the house. If Mel B even wanted to go get coffee in the morning, Eddie Murphy would tell her that his chef can make the best coffee in the world. She could have coffee there. And here's the thing, if Mel B could rarely leave the house, Mel B and Eddie Murphy together, oh baby, you can forget about it. They could never leave the house. Eddie would not allow it. So gossip claims that Mel B tried to deal with this the best she could, but soon it started to be a little bit much, you know what I'm saying? And so Mel B started to feel like, I don't have to stay in the house all the time. You can stay, but I'm gonna start going out with my friends. I'm about to start doing stuff. But baby, why come one time Mel B came home from hanging out with her friends and Eddie Murphy gave her a full rundown of what she did that day? Baby said Eddie Murphy was standing there talking, scaring the hell out of Mel B because it was clear to her that he had somebody following her, watching her every move. But gossip claims that simultaneously, while these weird things that she wasn't sure about were going on, there were other things that were going on that were very sweet to Mel B. And baby, the folks say that if Eddie Murphy ever wears some short running shorts, you'll see exactly one of the sweet things Mel B is talking about. Because child, why come the folks say that Eddie Murphy tattooed Mel B's name on his upper thigh? And honey, not only that, made sure enough sure that Mel B got his name tattooed on her upper thigh. So unless they got these things covered, Mel B and Eddie Murphy are just walking around with each other's names on each other's thighs. So anyways, that showed some of his sweet behavior to Mel B. And then the sweetest thing of all is when he had her father flown from the UK to America and booked in a hotel room. And allegedly, Eddie went up to the hotel to see Mel B's father to ask for Mel B's hand in marriage. The story says that Mel B's father said yes, gave Eddie his blessing, and Mel B could not believe it. She was engaged to be married to the man that she felt like now was the absolute love of her life. So what destroyed this dream? How the heck did Mel B and Eddie Murphy go from being super duper in love to having some of the most scandalous baby mama, baby daddy drama that the world had ever seen? Well, gossip claims it all came down to 1 week in July 2006. In that week, Mel B and Eddie Murphy went out of the country on vacation. And while they were on vacation, they continued their thrilling lovemaking. And I suppose Mel B got some sort of sense that she was pregnant, or some rumors even claimed that they planned to get pregnant. All I know is that one day while they were gone, Mel B whipped out a pregnancy test. She took it and it revealed that she was pregnant. The tears just started flooding down her face. The flurry almost blinded her as she was running, smiling from ear to ear, looking for her lover, looking for Eddie. According to Mel B, Eddie Murphy matched this energy with the fact that he started crying as well. And if you're wondering why I am describing this so dramatically, it was dramatic. Mel B even said that Eddie started to jump for joy. So she and Eddie have this baby on the way. They are ecstatic. But when they get back to the United States, there has been a change, honey. First off, Eddie Murphy is alleged to be acting more possessive of her than he has ever acted in his life. According to Mel B, Eddie acts like he wants to totally possess her. Another change was alleged to be Eddie's family. Before, they're treating her so nicely, you know what I'm saying? Treating her like she is part of the family. Baby, now they are giving her the side eye with the stank face included, honey. Mel claims whenever she walks in the room with Eddie's family, they either stop talking real fast or they got a little something slick to say. And whatever slick stuff they were saying made it clear to Mel B that they thought of her as a gold digger. Oh, it was all good when she was just dating Eddie, but suddenly they're so-called engaged and now she's pregnant, about to have his baby, and they haven't even been talking for a year? Baby, the folks say that Eddie Murphy's family was not playing that one bit. Allegedly, as Eddie's family were becoming more and more comfortable with being vocal about their disdain for Mel B, she became more and more uncomfortable. And so she starts coming up with suggestions. You know, she's begging Eddie, please, let's start getting out of the house more. Eddie says no. So then Mel B says, okay, if you want to spend all your time indoors in the house, let's go purchase a house together. Therefore, my name can be on it too, you know, and we can also get away from your family sometimes. Get away from everybody, just me and you in our new house. Eddie also says no to that. So finally, after about 7 months being with Eddie Murphy, Mel B starts to crack under the pressure. And she walks up to Eddie and she tells him, you know, this is all getting to be a bit too much. I need a break, Eddie. And he is like, a break? What you need a break from? What you mean? Mel tells him, I just need to get away for a while. I need to leave. I need to think things over. Eddie starts to complain again. Mel B ignores him. She goes and she jumps on a plane and she flies back to the UK. Mel says the first day that she was gone, Eddie is blowing her phone up. She turns the phone off. This didn't deter Eddie Murphy at all. He starts calling Mel B's mama, also calls all of her friends. Mel B ignores it. Well, on that second day, Mel B gets time to herself and she finally can breathe and she thinks things over. And in the end, she finds out that she loves Eddie. You know what I'm saying? She can deal with his family. She can deal with all of the weird things because she loves him, and that's who she wants to be with. On the third day, Mel B hops on a plane to America, honey. She is coming to America, just like the movie. You know, she is coming to get her man. And as she was sitting on that plane, huffed up with pride, ready to see her man, baby, she did not know that everybody that was on the ground already was looking at her like she was boo-boo the fool. Because at the same time Mel B was on that plane coming to get her man back, Eddie Murphy was walking down the red carpet with a mic in his face, telling the whole world that he and Mel B wasn't together. And not only were they not together, that child that she's pregnant with, oh, he don't know who baby that is. Child, when Mel B landed off that plane, her phone got to ringing with all kind of folks trying to tell her what Eddie Murphy just said. And not only that, the media had got word of what plane Mel B was on, and when she stepped in that airport, they were waiting with cameras rolling to ask her about what Eddie Murphy just said. What did Eddie Murphy mean that you're not carrying his baby? Well, I thought it was common knowledge that you and Eddie Murphy were together. Are you guys not together anymore? What's going on, Mel B? Baby, it's a scandalous thing, child. Mel B was shocked, she was humiliated, and she was furious, baby. She tried calling Eddie Murphy right off the bat. She didn't get an answer. And it was only when she was in the car did Eddie Murphy finally call her back. And Mel B went off. She asked him, what is wrong with you? I needed a break and suddenly you're not my child's father? Baby said that Eddie said, well, I didn't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? You said you needed a break. You left me. I didn't know what was going on. Just as smooth as ever, baby. No emotion, no passion. Gossip claims he almost acted like he and Mel didn't have any history. Allegedly, Eddie Murphy had totally detached from the whole thing. Detached from Mel B, detached from the baby. Story says that Mel B couldn't even really believe what was going on. So she told Eddie, I'm gonna make you effing take a DNA test since you want to play me. Eddie responded again, very cold, like, well, you left me. I am pretty sure that Mel B went through the emotional ringer. And rumor has it, over the next few months of her pregnancy, Mel B did try several times to call Eddie to apologize to him, to tell him, let's make this work. She could not get in contact with him. Even when Mel B delivered their baby girl on Eddie Murphy's birthday, gossip claims that Eddie Murphy still didn't say a word. And his absence was felt terribly. Mel B ended up having to be by herself and deal with this huge media fallout. Even if Mel B really didn't want to get her child tested for DNA, she absolutely had to, because allegedly Eddie Murphy wasn't about to provide any support for that child without a DNA test. And so the courts had to get involved. The DNA test was done, and of course Eddie was the father, and it was just a big mess, a huge embarrassing mess. Unfortunately, Mel B ended up getting judged very harshly by the public, because a lot of the public felt like Eddie's family members felt. They felt like, Mel B, aha, that's what you get because you was trying to trap Eddie. You was trying to get all that money. It got even tougher, because even after Eddie found out that the child was his, Eddie still wouldn't have anything to do with that child. Some rumors out here say that child got treated like a bald-headed stepchild all the way up until about 6 years of age. But I do know that thankfully he has a relationship with the child today. But as far as he and Mel B's relationship, friendship, or whatever they had going on, I'm not sure if that was ever really resolved. And it's kind of a shame, don't y'all think? Or do you guys think the whole relationship was kind of shaky and phony from the first beginning? Put it in the comments. Also, do you guys truly think that Eddie Murphy and Mel B started this relationship in April 2006, right when his divorce was finalized? Or do you guys think that it was possible that they had been messing around even before Eddie Murphy divorced? Leave that in the comments as well. This is the end of the old Hollywood scandal for this situation. Please, once again, like this video. If you guys are new here, please subscribe and click the notification bell for all, and sit back and get comfortable as we go through these scandals together. I love you guys so much. I will see you with a full old Hollywood scandal video soon. Bye.